Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and I'm here with my Deebot T10 OMNI robot vacuum. I don't know about you, but my kitchen has got to be really the messiest floor in the house. Like when the kids spill their pure seedless boysenberry jam all over the floor. I mean, doesn't that happen every week in your house? No, you may say. They get into the barbecue sauce, and that makes a mess too, all over. Or they're going to spill their honey like in agave syrup. So it's sticky. And I've always had a mustard freak in my household. I don't know how it happens, but they get into their mustard and they make a big mess on the floor. Like, can't you just aim it on the hot dog? Why is it on the floor? In your kitchen, it's just the way of the world for households to have a big mess. And if it's not the kids being messy, it could be me when I'm cooking. I think I've done a very good job today. It is so easy to put in clean water to your Deebot T10 OMNI. You'll have to fill it up when you first want to mop. You just open up the top and pull out the clean water tank. It takes normal tap water, so you just fill it up, goes all the way up to the max line. Now, I did it the easy way, but you also could use the side round plastic thing you pull out in order to put the water in. Either way is fine, and the round rubber circle will just snap right back in, and it goes right back into the charging station really easily. Snaps right in. So now it's time for my Deebot T10 OMNI to start cleaning. I'm going into mopping mode. I want it to deep clean mopping. And for this floor only, I'm going mopping only. There's so many different features on the Deebot T10 OMNI. The app even allows you to place furniture or items in the room the way your room's set up. So it recognizes that's not a vacuuming place. And by pressing auto, it's going to start cleaning. And the easiest way I get it to go is just talk to it. Okay, Eco.
I'm here.
Start mopping.
Start mopping.
I had made such a mess on the floor that day. What a big job for my Deebot T10 OMNI. I like that I was not being judged for the big mess I made. My Deebot T10 OMNI was just going to do its job without any complaints. The Deebot T10 OMNI has a very powerful deep clean with a 4-stage cleaning system. The mop pads on it are super scrubbers. A lot of this mess had dried on, and that dried on mess needed the super scrubbers. The floating structures of those brushes are designed to maximize contact with the floor as it's scrubbing, and that's going to help you get to the deep cleaning. It's making a powerful contact with your floor. It's releasing just the amount of water you need to clean that floor, and it's sucking up the dirty water. It knows how to do that all by itself. And as it was finishing up the center of that mess, then it would go back and forth on the floor as it was completing the job for the day in my kitchen. The pattern of the cleaning is very logical. It went over that floor and kept getting those sticky messes, and all of a sudden they were combining. That boysenberry jam and the mustard and the agave syrup, the barbecue sauce all got mixed together into one recipe. It was such a mess, but the Deebot T10 OMNI didn't care. It was just going to go after all of it and stay with it till the job was done. I like that. This was a very unusual day in my kitchen. I usually don't make this kind of a mess, nor do my kids. But I just wanted to show you how powerful those scrubbing pads and this system of the Deebot T10 OMNI was. It's an unusual vacuum because of all the power. And if you want, you can even look at your app and see the vacuum, the blue dot in the middle of the room that it's already laid out, and it's showing you where it's going and what it's doing. It follows it just like a GPS would on your phone when you're trying to get somewhere. It's got GPS reading for cleaning your house that you can watch on your app. And when your cleaning is done, your Deebot T10 OMNI will go right on back home to go flush itself out and clean itself from that big mess.
Start charging.
Good job, Deebot T10 OMNI. It cleaned the whole floor, and that was an atrocious mess. And there it is. My kitchen floor is clean, ready for my next mess to happen. My porcelain tiles are shiny just like new. I have filled my basket with the most common things that can fly around my house with kids, their friends, and pets. In each one of those cups is a mess waiting to happen. For demonstration purposes, I love to sprinkle stuff all over my carpet. Imagine, if you will, dust and food that might be happening in your house hitting your carpets and floors, like Cheerios cereal, potato chips, blue corn tortilla chips, white rice, cupcake sprinkles, and dust, dirt, and grime. Bleh. Popcorn and dirt and grime. Dark color, dirt and grime. And dark bird seed, light bird seed, and black bird seed, called Niger. And hair, all kinds of hair, from a pet or from a person. All of these things can end up on your floor. Well, for today's mess, this is my family room. This is where everyone hangs out, including the cat. And many people are pet owners, and they might want to have some home monitoring and see what the dog or kitty cat is doing when they're at work. It has a new Starlight front-facing camera. Those are what those eyes are that allows you to view your home in real time, even in low light settings. And because of the wonderful mapping feature, you can send it to the room you want it to go check out. That's brilliant. I was really impressed with some of the features. That's artificial intelligence processor. It's 16 times more powerful and has an enhanced AI computing power that's quicker and more accurate. And that's great for accurate object recognition, so it can avoid things it shouldn't be running into. And the artificial intelligence this robot vacuum has is great for all that voice control. Whether you're giving a cleaning command or changing the settings, ECOVACS industry-leading Yeeko AI voice assistant can instantly recognize your voice and respond to whatever you want in real time. So I knew to say, okay, Yeeko.
I'm here.
Clean, Yeeko.
Okay. Keep cleaning.
It responded to that. And the 3D mapping is really cool. They call it a TrueMapping 2.0. And the app automatically saves the 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional house maps. You can switch from a 2D to a 3D map for more detailed views of your home, which is really interesting. The more it knows your home, the more it cleans your house, the more these maps will develop. And when I spook Kitty Cat, it's a feral cat, you know. Kitty Cat will go under the couch and hide and shed all over the place, which produces a lot of dander and cat hairs. And the Deebot T10 Plus even has a place in the app that you can say you've got a pet for extra special pet cleaning. It's going to download a special application to use for pet households. And then it even has things for the pets, the pet house, the litter box, the feeder, little special things in the household that it can recognize in the indoor furniture. Well, it's time for you to make the mess so I can show you how great my Deebot works. For some reason, the kids just love snacking on pebbles. I mean, really, can you just eat it with some milk and not make such a mess? And then there's the sprinkles that get mixed in with all that because they like anything colorful to eat. And I have this thing about birds. I love birds. And sometimes I hang around and I fill my bird feeders. And the bird seed just spreads all around. And don't we all like a little rice in our life? Rice is nice. But even that, things like that can get stuck underneath the couch. And if you watch my channel, you figured out I'm a coffee addict. And so I'm always having coffee grounds spill. And just for demonstration purposes, today it's going to be on the carpet. And under couches, there always seems to be dust bunnies. Now, what is a dust bunny? I don't think it's a real microorganism. I think it's just something that just kind of the wind and the climate of the room will put together. I really don't understand the phenomenon of how dust bunnies come to be, but they're just there. So there's going to be a few underneath this couch because that's where they live. And one right here. Wow, that's such a big mess. Look at all that. I want my Deebot T10 Plus to focus on this area, so I'm bringing it right here. Okay, Yeeko.
I'm here.
Clean, Yeeko.
Okay. Keep cleaning.
So it was time for me to get out of the way and let my Deebot T10 OMNI go to work. And when Deebot T10 OMNI starts in a room, it's going to go around the perimeter. And in this case it did, and then went under the couch. It wants to know its boundaries. And so as your Deebot T10 OMNI is emerging from the couch and going around the couch and around the edges, it has dual-side brushes. Those are top quality dual-side brushes, and it makes cleaning those edges of the couch, baseboards, and edges of your room really easy because those brushes are gathering all the stuff on those edges and bringing it to the center of the Deebot T10 Plus OMNI in order to suck it up, all the dirt it finds on the edges of your room or your furniture. There's a main floating brush underneath, and that's the floating structure that's designed to maximize contact with the floor to achieve a very deep cleaning. It does not damage, it just cleans because of that main floating brush. It's the one that has the pressure of the vacuum onto the ground. This vacuum has the most powerful of suction available today on the market. It's 2023. The brushless motor has a cutting-edge design, and even with the interior fan style and the glass fiber fan blades of the inner brush that is going around and around really fast. Now, that coffee had a lot of fine dust that had ended up way under my carpet. And that disturbed me because I wondered if it could get that out. But because of that strong suction power, it got the fine, dark black dust, which you see from that finely ground espresso. That's really quite amazing. And under the couch and all the dust bunnies and the rice that fell underneath there, so you know when it goes under your couch to get the dust bunnies and anything else of the dust that went down there, it's gonna get it without you having to supervise. The suction power is maintained at 5,000 PA. PA is short for Pascal pressure unit. The higher the number, the higher the suction power. 5,000 PA is considered optimal in terms of performance. The more suction you have, the quicker a given volume of air is moved. That means this Deebot is powerful enough to suck up those heavy seeds, that heavy rice, and everything else along the path. It can do that because the suction power is that great. That's why you need a high suction power in your vacuum. When robot vacuum technology came out, the most suction power that robot vacuums had was 1,500 to 2,000 PA. The Deebot T10 OMNI has 5,000. It's made by ECOVACS, and their research and development department has figured out how to get that suction power in this robot vacuum. And in one cleaning session, it got that terribly filthy family room carpet clean. And look at that with the overhead shot. You can see how clean it got. That's really amazing. I just love watching the Deebot do its job. There's something soothing about watching a robot work when you know, hey, that's not you doing it, that's the robot. Amazing. What a great job my Deebot T10 OMNI is doing. Red Rover, come all the way over, Deebot T10 OMNI. Good job. You did a really good job. I'm going to put you back. I know that's where you want to go. Success. Bravo, bravo. Now this room is ready for the next mess to happen. It looks great. So with my basket of messes, let's see what the kids just might do with the dining room. For some reason, the kids just really enjoy their sprinkles. Oh, and something else undetermined. And chips can be a very popular thing for them to munch on. And of course, they're going to make a mess while they learn tonight. And of course, under the table. I don't know, well, gravity's supposed to just go straight down, but somehow there's always rice and other food particles under the table. And in many houses, the dog likes to hang out under the table. But then of course, the dog's gonna shed all over. A lot of stuff goes down in the dining room. Okay, Yuki, clean the dining room. Going under the dining table is one of the best things about the Deebot T10 OMNI. I don't like to have to bend over with a sweeper and have to brush away the crumbs, which is a daily occurrence. This is a wonderful place to use your Deebot T10 OMNI every single day. It's built with bumpers on the exterior, so it's not going to damage the wood or the finishes on your furniture. And it's aggressive to find all the dirt in those corners. It'll try to get there to do a really good job for you so you don't have to. And when it gets to the open spaces, it knows to make the sweeping passes back and forth. And then back under the table it goes. There's a lot of times I just want to vacuum up all the little particles on the floor. I don't need to mop this floor, so it's great to vacuum up under the table on a daily basis. And it has eyes to see where it's going. Those eyes can detect things. Here it's detecting the furniture, but it also can detect slippers and cables and books, so it doesn't get all tangled up in the little things left on the floor. It has an upgraded AI-based object recognition and avoidance feature. It will even find its way to go under the chair, around the legs, and find its way back out. That's a lot of fancy dancing. It'll work until the job is done. Good job! Okay, Yiko, return to station.
Okay, back to station.
And it'll find its way It goes up to the ramp to get all docked.
Start charging.
So let's see how much dirt we got. Off goes the lid. So I pulled out the basket. So I saw the dirt in the main basket. I dumped it out. I put back the filters. Then I put the lid back on. Then I flipped it over and I took out the brush just by putting my 2 fingers in and pulling in the levers. The roller brush really had a lot of hair from the cleaning that day. And now I'm taking off the side brushes and I just pulled out the hairs to clean it. And I pressed it and snapped it right back in to the bottom of my Deebot. There is a tool they give you with the blade, and the blade cuts the hair. It's a little razor in there. You just sweep it through and it cuts those hairs that are raveled on there really easily. And with the other end, there's a whisk brush, and that gets the rest of the dust. It's a mini brush, and you can use that too to clean the underside of your Deebot if you like. It's handy. And just put the roller brush just back in. It snaps right in. I put the housing back on top. Look at all the stuff I got out of it. And then it's time for the Deebot T10 OMNI to go back into its station. And underneath, you can just pull out the other dustbin. Getting out the dust bag is really easy to remove. Here I am taking it out. And I'm dumping out to show you all the stuff I got from the cleaning of the carpet and this floor. The dust bag is designed large, so it holds dust for like 1 to 3 months depending on how dirty your house is. I'm dumping it out on this plate because I want to show you it got all that stuff I'd thrown down on the floor. And all the hair too. To put the dust bag in, you have the blue arrow pointing down and you just slip it through the slot right on the side. Push down the bag and close up the drawer. Ready for next time. Oh my goodness, look at that mess. And there you have your beautiful clean floor. The Deebot T10 OMNI is a great design. The charging base will look good in any room. And after it does its job, it's going to auto clean itself. It knows it needs to wash those pads. And it's going to air dry them with heat to disinfect them. And that's exactly what I need when I clean my bathroom. I want those pads disinfected. It has an auto hot drying, super fast mop drying for those pads. Within 2 hours, they're going to be dry, and that's going to prevent any growth of bacteria or odor, even mold. And when I was done cleaning all that area with all that filth, I took out the dirty water. I wanted to show you what it looked like. Oh my gosh, it was awful. So all those things got combined. We had the mustard, the barbecue sauce, everything that was on the kitchen floor. Blech. Filthy. I dumped it down the kitchen sink and then I rinsed it once. I just thought that was a good idea. I snapped the lid back on and then I put it back right into the charging station that fit in really easy. And now it's ready to go for my next big mess. If you have multiple floors of a house, like I do, here's my ECOVACS in one of my extra bedrooms. That's upstairs. It looks so pretty no matter what your decor. The design is so sleek. This is a wood floor bedroom. It cleans all surfaces, whether it's vacuuming or mopping. My Deebot T10 OMNI arrived right to my door. That's where they deliver it. The packaging is just beautiful. I put it on my counter so you could see the box better. On the front of the box, it's great because it shows the features about the D-Box. It reminds you of why you got it in the first place. Here's all sides of the box. I like that it had all that information on the box. I opened the box, and right away on top of it was a quick start guide. Then there was another box, and I put that box on the counter with the vacuum all wrapped up in the packaging. I opened up the brown box. It had a nice little handle. That was handy. I opened it up from the handle, and inside were the 2 pads, and I opened that brown box up more to show you everything in that brown box. I laid it out on my counter on these blue mats so you could see more details. It had the warranty. It had the booklet of how to operate it, the little whisk brush, 2 rotating brushes, 2 pads, and the power plug. You can really see the texture of the scrubbing pads. Here's a shot with a scouring pad on the left, and then the other side is upside down. And there's a close-up of your little whisk brush. The instruction manual is really easy to follow and read and has great illustrations. The power plug is heavy duty. The vacuum disc is shipped in plastic, so it won't get damaged during shipping. It has a beautiful white glossy finish to it. When you take off the top, that's what you see inside, with directions on that basket right there, so you know how to operate it and clean it. The inside has a red button, that's the off and on switch, and then a Wi-Fi indicator right on top. The QR code is right to the right. Underneath the Deebot is the rotating wheel on the top, and on the left is the red receptacle for one of the brushes. On the right's the green one, and we have the heavy-duty rubber wheels. The rotating brush is in the center, and the heavy-duty wheels next to that. Here's a close-up of the center brush. This is how you put the scouring pads on. Just pop them in. There's one, now there's the other. They'll go in so easily. And then you just insert your rotating brushes. They're color coordinated, so you don't get confused. Then it's time to set up your ECOVACS with a scan code. You download the app, open the app, and you connect it to your Wi-Fi. That's it. It was really easy to install the app. This is the outer housing unit on my counter, and you can see inside underneath where your vacuum disc will fit in. Now this is right inside, and you can see the charging points right in there. Here's a dustbin pulled out, and here's the back of the charging base. The plug fits right in the back. You just press it in, and it fits any normal household outlet, 110 volt. Two-prong. When you open the top, there's your dirty water collection bin on the left, that's the dark one, and your clean water dispensing bin on the right. There's the whole unit, all together on my counter, so you can see how pretty it looks. There's the eyes on the front. Those are full of the artificial intelligence, the highest, so it can keep track of obstacles in its way or pets you want to keep an eye on. It's such a beautiful design. Click the link below to get your Deebot T10 OMNI robot vacuum. I'm Rebecca Brand. I hope you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified of my next video. And let's keep making great recipes in life. And today's recipe is a recipe to clean up the big recipe you probably spilled somewhere in your house, like I do every day. See you next time. If you like this video, here's some more over there, including my most favorite recipes, which you just might spill, but they're good.